So people have been asking me to analyze Wizard Liz and Landon for quite a long time now. Now, I never did it because I didn't know who they were, but they've been popping up on my For You page with the whole cheating that has happened. So based on the limited information that I have consumed, here's what I think happened. It's not too different from the other patterns that I've spoken about. I think what gets people about this couple in particular is the fact that it happened to a coach. I don't know what type of coach she is. I think she's a manifestation coach. But don't get it twisted. Do not think that the people you seek advice from have perfect lives. There will always be doctors that smoke cigarettes. There will always be bodybuilders that end up gaining all the weight back. There will always be corrupt lawyers. And don't even get me started about what happens in the church. The point here is, do not fall for the facade that people put online. Even me. Always take the information that resonates, okay? Don't worship the messenger. Don't get attached to the messenger. Your math teacher is not a mathematician. Your basketball coach isn't the best basketball player ever, but they still teach you what you need to know at that time in your life, okay? That's what they're for. That's what I think is tripping everybody up about this couple in particular. Also, she was pregnant. Now, when it comes to them as a couple, Liz does have a very dominating personality. That's something that I noticed right off the bat. She's very rigid in the ways that I've heard her speak about things. Now, again, this puts us back into an imbalance. When you have a partner that is over dominating, then the other one is going to be more submissive. Landon said in his apology video was like, oh, I've tried so hard to prove to Liz how much I love her and how much she means to me. And I think that's part of the problem. I think you pedestalizing her is part of the problem, because when you're in this imbalance, this person tends to idealize their partner, put them up on a pedestal, and what they're doing is that they're taking from them. He said that his cheating was rooted in him seeking validation, and I absolutely believe that, because that's what he was doing with his partner. His cheating was simply a reflection of what was already happening in his relationship. He was dating someone that he felt was just like this goddess, this person above them. And people think that you dating someone that sees you that way means someone's not going to cheat on you because they're obsessed. It actually means they're more likely, because it means what the reason they're dating you is to borrow your self-confidence, to borrow validation, to borrow self-worth from you, because they see you as so great. They're actually just taking from you. But you will never be enough to fill in the void of someone else's heart. So eventually, when you're not enough for them to seek fulfillment, because at some point, this person's going to start to feel so burdened. That's what happens, is this person starts to feel like they're carrying a lot of weight, because this person is just taking in ways that they don't even see, in ways that they don't even realize, because it's something that's happening in the background. It's very deceptive. To your face, they're just saying, oh my God, no, like, I love you, you're the best. But behind the scenes, there's something else going on entirely, and you can feel it in your body. That's why you're probably always drained, or you're feeling on edge, or you're feeling like you don't trust your partner. There's an energetic siphoning, I'll say, going on. If I'm this person who lacks my own sense of self-worth and doesn't feel whole, that's why I need to seek external validation, I probably have a really shitty, self-image of myself. And so when it comes to being vulnerable and sharing what I feel to this person who I admire and look up to, but then who I know also has like these really strong standards and a really strong opinion on these standards, I'm not gonna do that. I can see why Landon did not come to her with these issues before they snowballed into something very destructive. I'm not saying it's her fault. I'm saying he failed to confront these fears, right? We've already seen with Austin and Catherine what happens when people don't speak up in a relationship, because in order to have and maintain a healthy relationship, both partners need to have the capability to not only have hard conversations, but to initiate hard conversations, because the initiation is the part people never get past. And then they also have the responsibility to their partners to create a warm and safe environment where someone can bring stuff up without them getting judgmental. Because if you have a judgmental demeanor, you cannot get mad that someone doesn't feel safe in your presence, okay? And so I theorized that was what was going on is that when you have an imbalanced relationship, this person, and in this case Liz, probably has more of a dominating personality, isn't providing that safe space, and this person lacks the courage to initiate a hard conversation. And so this person typically has the, you know what I think, this is how things are type of mentality. Just think about, a controlling parent. Like, you just never felt safe bringing stuff up to them, even though they're your parent and they love you and they're like, you can come to me with anything. And it's like, well, no, because I know how you are. Again, I'm not saying it's her fault that he cheated. I'm just saying that's what I believe happened that led up to that event. I feel like that was the dynamic before it got destructive, because even the guy from the Ashley Madison documentary, the guy who created Ashley Madison, the website for people who were looking to have affairs, he literally said, it's very unlikely that people just have affairs out of nowhere. There's usually something broken within the union. And I think another aspect of this dynamic that is really flipping people out is the fact that she was pregnant. That is what makes it so heartbreaking. Nothing that I'm saying is minimizing the pain that it feels like to be in that situation. Trust me. I am not saying that what he did was okay. I'm saying that it actually doesn't not make sense that it happened when she was pregnant. And here's why. A lot of people think that he's thinking, my wife's pregnant, I need to be there for her, I need to be the best man. No, because he's a little boy. He is not a masculine man. He is a passive feminine man seeking wholeness from women, seeking wholeness outside of himself. You got to think like him. You got to think like a boy that is trying to prove to the world that he is someone that he is not. And so what he is thinking is, holy shit, I'm about to be a dad. I'm going to fuck this up. What am I going to do? I'm going to lose my freedom. And then he's going to act from those thoughts, not the thoughts you think he should be thinking. Drop your expectations, drop your insistences on what you think people should be, and see them for where they are. He was under a lot of pressure, and he did not believe he could step up. And so what he did was he sabotaged. He was just trying to make the intensity of what he was feeling go away, because it's pregnancy. Your life is flipping upside down. It will never be the same. That's the commitment, not the finances, but the fiance. They're engaged and they're about to have a baby. Any sort of fears that he had around his inadequacies amplified to the max. And so the reflection of his avoidance is simply reflecting the intensity of the fears and the magnitude that he was feeling his unresolved issues from. So it actually makes perfect sense that he did that. Now, how do I think Liz handled the cheating? I think the way Liz handled this is in a way where she will look back and respect herself. I think she will have more trust within herself, knowing that she honored her values. Now, the only thing that I want people to be aware of when it comes to cheating, and something that I've seen with the videos I've seen about her talking about it, is she defines cheating as your partner sees you as not worthy. And that's where I think she's actually going to have some unnecessary pain, is that when you define someone's actions as a reflection of your worth, that is where you are going to take in the consequences of the way you are defining it. Because the cheating is an action, but the meaning we give cheating is what actually hurts us more than what someone else did behind our backs. The action itself is not something that we saw. It's something that we intellectually understand once we find, evidence. But it's what we tell ourselves about the cheating and what it means about us that causes more pain than the actual cheating. Oh, this means that they never loved me. Oh, it means that I wasn't pretty enough. Or, oh, it means that our entire relationship was a lie. No. Yes, it means your partner betrayed you. Yes, it means your partner lacks integrity. Yes, it means that this person isn't someone you're going to want to spend the rest of your life with. That's what it means, and you are allowed to break up with them and move on and find someone that does reflect the values that you hold yourself to. But it doesn't mean anything about your worth. And those are actually the thoughts that create the most pain.